Hello and welcome everybody into the Team Rocket takeover that's only lasting for this weekend. So now is the time to go and chase those Rocket Grunts and the new Shadow Shinies, which are mainly Hoppip, which is coming from Sierra, and I believe Cliff has Magikarp as a Shadow Shiny for the first time. Arlo is lumped with the returning Mawile, which I know one person on the planet is going to be very excited for. We've got a Sierra here at our 10 o'clock balloon. I can't tell if the rocket balloons are spawning every 2 or 3 hours, but they are boosted. The grunts are heavily boosted, but the grunts being boosted typically means that the rocket leaders are a little bit lacking in numbers, and Shadow Hoppip, as you can see, is not going to have any relevance in the game whatsoever. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below of this rocket rotation. I'm not overly, let's say, enthusiastic about this rocket takeover wave because realistically they're not the best. I mean, certainly Shadow Hoppip is going to have no play in any aspect of any game anywhere. But if you're looking to get things like new Shadow Shinies or try yourself for 100% Carp and Mawile for the Megas, there are better ways to get them. But I have seen, and we've got ourselves our very first Shadow Froakie, the Gen 6 starters are available from their respective typed grunts. So Shadow Chespin from the Grass Grunts, this thing's attacking me, how dare you, Sierra. Fennekin's coming from the Fire Grunts, and Froakie is coming, of course, from the female Water type grunt. So keep your eyes open for those, but it doesn't seem there's any other new Rocket Mons. We're just gonna have a fun little couple of hour session, take down what we can do, enjoy this Rocket takeover, and also chase a Fidough. Say goodbye to Katana, that's not the most ideal, but we'll bring in Rhyperior to finish off. Also, Giovanni currently now has Incarnate form Thundurus, which is not unlike the legendary that's available in the raids at the moment. That's the new Shadow Legendary. I never got my Tornadoes because I hate it, and I really don't like Thundurus either. The incarnate forms of these forces of nature are not my favorites. Landorus might be a bit better because that's actually a decent ground type, but Thundurus and Tornadoes, which was the one before, certainly lacking. So I will not be taking on Giovanni this time round. Last rotation was the first time I did that. This is not green, unlike every other Hoppip I tap on, apparently at live events. So yes, we're going to be leaving Thundurus and Giovanni very much alone for the next couple of months. Of course, many of you know, but if you don't, you can save your Rocket Radar, you can save your Super Rocket Radar from Giovanni by not claiming page 1 of the dedicated research. Basically, don't go past stage 1, you'll stack it, and then you can save it for a decent Shadow Legendary when the time is relevant. That is awful. And you can see its Precious Pals taken over. It's actually its own separate research, which is great. It's not linked to the season. But we do have 3 Fidough quests, which I had stacked up from yesterday. 1 is not a shiny and 411. 2 is going to be not a shiny and 414. And finally, this one is going to be not shiny and 403. How's the Fidough chase going, people? Hopefully you guys are having some decent luck. And of course, I've got low power mode, and we've got a ticket coming in from Melnick for, I'm assuming, actually looking at the timing and everything, that's for the Shadow Raikou. I will say thank you again tomorrow, but thank you very much for gifting the ticket for the raid day. Let's go and find the other Rocket leaders, see what they can dish out, and let's have a little good day, even though it's drizzling like a miserable grey British day typically is. Not quite the next Rocket leader, but we have found a Cliff. Of course, the purple and the gold shiny fish would be very, very cool to have in the collection. I know some people will be going crazy for it, and let me know if you are indeed. There you go, Magikarp not really putting up much of a fight, but it is of course worth mentioning that today and for the rest of the weekend, it's only a 3-day takeover, but you can TM Frustration away from all Shadow Pokemon using a regular TM. Apart from these Rocket takeovers, it is locked, so definitely recommend doing it. While we're slowly plodding through this battle, I will say, I think on the Wednesday, we actually did pick up a Shiny Goldeen on that morning before getting busy with the podcast edit for the day. So we have had the boosted shiny from the wild. It's a fish. I don't really need more Goldeen in my life, and we should be done and dusted. Let's see if we get a golden fish today. There aren't too many Rocket leaders around, so I'm not going to push crazy in this video, and probably over the course of the weekend either. We'll cycle through and do the Cliff battles, I think, over the next couple of months before the rotation changes again next season. Boom, no Golden Carp and 43. You want 61 CP for this one. It's like the Feebas, but like the Feebas, 61 CP, because it's such a low CP Pokemon but a high level, because of how terrible the stats are, it could be different values. If it's 61 IV, it may not actually be the 100%er. And just next to the Cliff, there was an Arlo to take down. Not going to bother showing the battle of that one. Mawile has been around, I think, 3 or 4 rotations. It's one of the more common Shadow Shinies, although it has probably been a couple of years. I have 2 Shadow Shinies that's already I can't remember the previous rotations, but this one is not shiny, 349. I forget the numbers exactly. We can confirm that, yeah, 2-star. There's been a bit of news, you've probably seen this online, but for Tour Kalos this year, we're getting 2 new Megas from Legends ZA, which they're not the best, just putting the first little bit out there, but I personally am so down for some new Legends ZA Megas, and they are quality designs in my view. They are coming from Tour LA and Tainan first, which is Victreebell and Malamar. Really cool to have them added. They're going to be available over the course of those weekends in the live events and as part of the Mega Nights, I believe, as well, something along those lines. But they are going to be coming to Global Tour over the course of the 28th of February and the 1st of March. And they're going to be split. So I believe Victreebell is on the Saturday, Malamar is on the Sunday, and there's going to be new backgrounds and all kinds of things featured, which is awesome. We needed some new information. We needed some more tour content. Honestly, I'm so down. I'm hoping it's not just the end of it, because this is where my brain is thinking. A lot of people are probably thinking along the same lines as this, that the Mega Nights were Dragon focused. And I'm very surprised they haven't dropped the release of Mega Dragonite, which was theoretically the first new ZA Mega officially announced by the Pokemon Company, with all the bits and pieces prior to Legends ZA releasing. The next ones that came up were Victreebell and subsequently Malamar, with the whole promotion of my friend Malamar and everything. It's interesting they're dropping those two first, and I think there will be some more hype bits and pieces coming along with Tour very soon. So keep your eyes peeled over the socials, I guess, for Pokemon Go, or this channel. And the Fidough is 406 and not shiny. Just around the corner, I've managed to find a Shadow Fennekin. Only 3 new added Shadowmons, like we've had less and less added per wave. Back in the day, a couple of years ago, they were adding like 8 per rotation, trying to pace themselves, I guess. But we have acquired enough for a Rocket Radar, and the Fennekin can't be Shadow Shiny, but it's 207. So, we have a collection challenge. Let me have a little look-see. We have to collect all of the new Shadows, and we've got 3 2Ks going off. For a Togepi, the eggs have delivered absolutely nothing all events so far. And they still have delivered absolutely nothing all events so far. Can you... Oh, it's an XXL Togepi though. That's about the best thing we've hatched. There is an Arlo here, but I don't want to burn my radars on Arlo, really. Tell you what does deliver, you stop the clip and click the next thing that you see. Shiny Mr. Mime. Always lovely to pick up our first and only Kanto Regional. 940. Nice 1-star. I will say we did a random special with Marta. We swapped, both had 2019 costume Stantlers, and this came out as a 93, not too bad at all. Yes, I am buying a few radars this morning. Just in between doing all the grunts, we found another cliff battle, which is great. The Golden Carp is one, I think it's probably the one I'm going to be chasing in the loosest sense of the word. Is it going to end here? It is not, and 44 CP. Is pretty flat. What I will say, I've found 3 grass grunts and none of them have had Chespin. It's been Cacnea, which can be Shadow Shiny. We've then had Phantom, which we got a 93, 14, 14, 14 of, but no finding of the Chespin just yet. That would have been quite a good Shadow Hunter to have. Here's an electric one, which typically the electric ones don't have much switch-ups in them. It's either Joltik, Magnemite. There you go. Got a water grunt here. The previous one gave us a Tentacool, which actually can be Shadow Shiny as well, but this is the Froakie, can't be Shadow Shiny. As I said, here on the screen for you all, lovely. 332, rainy boosted. It's gonna be years and years, and God knows how long before those get their Shadow Shiny debuts, honestly. 1-star. Not surprising given it's a Shadowmon, but hey. And we have a Rocket Radar. Where's the next leader gonna be? Just next to us, basically. Sierra. Do we think it will be green as a Hoppip? Let's find out. LSC, no green Hoppip and 108. But there are eggs going, which could be good. We know the 5K's delivered for us about 10 days ago with a Shundo Ordino. There's a Mime Jr. And it's a Munchlax. So, 3 Fidough. 1 is not a Shiny. 2 is going to be not shiny. 410. 422, of course, is what you want to see. 412. While in the midst of battling another cliff, thank you very much as always to each and every person who's part of the Patreon squad, takes the support of the channel and the content that goes up on it to the next level. It affords so much more that we can do with the content. I genuinely appreciate all of your support, and it means that we can do something stupid like, you may not have seen it because only the Pokemon German account posted, but we are going to go over to Cologne for less than a day to go and do the stamp rally over there. And I wouldn't be able to do that sort of crazy shenanigans were it not for all of you guys, so thank you so very much for your support. And Cliffy boy, see you later, sunshine. Give us a weather-boosted Magikarp. Golden Fish. It is not a Golden Fish. 88 CP. 2-star. But there's a Fidough. No shiny. By the way, we will, of course, be back out tomorrow for the Shadow Raikou Raid Day. I am genuinely looking forward to that one. Shadow Raikou, with a boosted shiny potential, it's one of the top-tier electric-type mons that you can get in the game at the moment. I think it sits in the number 2 slot, only behind Mega Manectric, so it's definitely one to go and grind for. Probably going to be 2 more eggs of utter crushing disappointment, but is the Togepi. Let me know if you managed to get anything from the eggs this event. We got some shinies, at least, in the previous event with Tadpole. We didn't actually get the Tadpole, but we got a lot of Elekid and things like that, and other eggs we're delivering. This time round, it is just peak awfulness. And there's the Fidough, not shiny. Have we got 3 quests? 1, Fidough. 2's gonna be a Fidough. And the 3rd, if I click it properly, is a Fidough. Yes, we're going to conclude today's video already, but thankfully Cliff was in the balloon. It's not a golden carp, and it's significantly worse than the previous one. The new Shadow Wave, it's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not exactly, astounding. So let me know if you're going for the new Rocket Chase. And if you are, very best of luck. 0 star, despite being weather boosted. I have still not been able to find a Chespin Grass Grunt. They've all been Phantom or Cacnea, so that might be the rarest one to go for. Have plenty of Froakie. We're not going to be able to get the collection challenge, so we can claim this task for a Fidough of 402. It's worth doing though, because at least you get a free Rocket Radar. Just trying to find the Grass Grunt with the Chespin in is difficult. So yes, that Precious Pals Taken Over research is going to sit there and pretty, but we are making okay progress on Ponytails. And after that, 21 days is finally up. There's a 5-day time gate to go through, and then on stage 6, people have already got their shiny Keldeos, and I've got a good idea about where I can catch my shiny Keldeo. So we're going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed what you saw here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and sticking around for more, because of course the raid day for Shadow Shiny Raikou is tomorrow, and of course you can check out some of the videos available on the screen right here. Continue your viewing pleasure. Have a look when we last went to Cologne, or Cologne. Very excited to be going back, even if it's for like a matter of hours. It's going to be a good time. But I will say, until the next time folks, do take care.